The word of the week is toughness. Welcome to Kenneth O'Neill's Word of the Week. Each week, Kenneth will discuss a word which describes a principle or value of the qualities of success. Use the word of the week in your thoughts, deeds, and actions. You can replace a good habit with a bad habit. You can use it as an action step. Kenneth O'Neill will bring you a word of the week each week, and it will help you to improve your life, your relationships, your professional career, and your overall well-being. I know you'll enjoy Word of the Week with Kenneth O'Neill. Kenneth O'Neill is a certified Zig Ziglar trainer and the head of O'Neill Consulting in Kerrville, Texas. And now Kenneth O'Neill on this week's word, toughness.
We are here for a purpose.
Yes, and that purpose is?
The word for the week.
Okay.
And the word this week, and we always suggest, write it down, use it in your deeds, what you're doing, and use it in your thought and your words that you speak. And the word this week, that's very good, is toughness. Toughness.
In what sense?
Okay,
Shoe leather, or?
That's the way it began, really. Tough was talking about leather and the toughness of metals and stuff like that. And it actually is the quality of being strong, being resilient, and able to withstand hardship, adversity, or pressure without breaking. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what we really want to talk about, though, is not being, because tough has kind of got a negative connotation to it a little bit. Okay, he's a tough guy and beats up his best friends and stuff like that. But we want to talk about mental toughness. And it refers to the ability to stay focused, stay disciplined, and determined under stress, challenges, or even fatigue. And so mastering your mind is central to your performance, where you focus on mental preparation, self-mastery, and control. Now that means control over what you can control. And it originates, the word tough, from the Old English meaning, like you were talking about, difficult to break, durability of an object, that's tough leather. And so that's where it all began. But true toughness, it's not about never failing or never falling down, but it is the ability to rise up until you cross that finish line. And when I bring up the finish line, there is a great story here of actually talking about it. The marathoner's wall. So in 1982, the Boston Marathon, remembered not for its winner, but for the runner who refused to quit. Julie Moss, a college student, she was competing in the Ironman Triathlon in Hawaii, I think. And she was leading the race. There was only 1 mile to go. Her body failed her. Dehydrated, she was exhausted. She collapsed, fell down multiple times on the pavement. Spectators urged her to stop. Medical people stopped. They were prepared to carry her off the course. But Julie crawled. Literally, she was on her hands and knees toward the finish line. She was passed by many, many people, and she finished second. Her toughness inspired millions of people. And a lot of people were on TV watching it. 1982. I don't actually remember it, but I found it. So now, So what are the positive aspects of it, and where do we look on toughness today? What does it mean to us in our modern age? So it's all about resilience. And I talk about, you got gumption, you got your grit, and you got your guts. All right. So the grit is the part of long-term goals and your resilience, and it is the ability to recover quickly when you have a setback. All right. And then I talked about it earlier, the focus under pressure maintains clarity. Then you have to be consistent. I mean, your attitude of being tough and really focusing, it's got to be consistent. And Zig Ziglar talked about being consistent and persevering. Leadership is when you have tough mental toughness in your leadership, you inspire other people by modeling everything we're talking about. Modeling your gumption, which is your initiative, the choice, the decisions you make. So let's just kind of look through the history of this real quickly. In the 19th century, toughness was tied to physical endurance. Like we talked about the soldiers at that time, okay, the soldiers then. 20th century, it broadened to include the mental resilience primarily in our sports and in military leadership. In today's modern world, we look at it from a business, education, self-development, and it's a mark of high performance.
Well, wasn't it always that way? We just didn't recognize it?
Right. I think I remember some stuff like when they started the Olympics, they talked about the toughness and the endurance and run the race. So Michael Jordan, I mean, he was one of those guys that played through all that. When he was sick, had all kind of critics and everything, he played through it. Zig Ziglar, he tied mental toughness to success and perseverance. And he said it takes energy, mental toughness, and spiritual reinforcement to successfully deal with life's opportunities. So he said, yeah, you got to do it. And the best thing I think I ever heard him say, when you are tough on yourself, life is going to be easier on you. I thought that was just great. That would be great. Now, so we quickly go through this. There's a lot of people went through a lot of tough things, like Winston Churchill, Great Britain. But think about Jackie Robinson in the late 1940s when he broke the barrier, and in baseball, did just a wonderful job. Nick Saban, football coach at Alabama, he says, focus on the drill, not on the trophy. I mean, it's that journey, it's that process that you go through. And so you got to define what your inner why is. So why do you do what you do? Thomas Jefferson said, your attitude is the deciding factor. And Abraham Lincoln said, you're going to be about as happy as you make up your mind to be. So this whole idea of being tough really came home to me in the last 5 months. So I have a very, very special friend who I care deeply for. She went on the Camino de Santiago 500-mile walk. Okay, now, physical toughness. Physical. The daily distance.
I think it's tied to both mental and physical.
Yeah, no, it's really mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual.
You can't
It's
have,
all of it.
You have to have the
you got to have
will.
it. So the daily, 500 miles over 32 days is approximately 15 to 17 miles a day. Do you realize that's a half of a marathon every day? And you got the days, some days are hot, some are raining, you got all of that. So the physical part. Now let's look at the mental. How does it impact you? Okay, so the repetition, every day doing the same thing, getting very fatigued, facing the same task day after day after day, motivation begins to say, why am I doing this? Loneliness, monotony, the tolerance of the pain going through every day, emotionally, and this is probably one of the biggest, the emotional and spiritual. The Camino is often called a walking meditation. You cannot avoid your own thoughts. So as you go, you're thinking, your memories, your unresolved emotions. Many pilgrims describe breakdowns on there, but the breakdowns are followed by breakthroughs. Let go. You detach from comfort, possessions, daily convenience, and you live with what's on your back, which creates humility. And then your faith and your purpose. Even if you're not religious, walking the Camino demands tapping into something that is bigger than you. Something bigger. And then the last thing here. And we always talk about going from a transaction life, going through the motions, going through the ruts. We want to come to transformation, the transformational toughness. It is not only about finishing the 500 miles, it's the toughness to make a change, make a change. You come face to face with your limits, but you do the tough thing and you surpass your limits. You learn persistence, step by step, mile by mile, day by day, and you emerge stronger, not only in your body, but in your character.
Oh, sure.
I mean, being tough, and we need to be tough because we run into things, we have a lot of adversity in life, and it's modeling your courage and inspiring perseverance while still being a human being and being compassionate for other people. I mean, the word tough, I just don't think that the word tough has any, if you look at it properly, it doesn't have any negativity. It can't be. Standing up for what you believe in, pulling deep down in your soul, and coming face to face with who you really are and what do you really want to do. What do you want to do? And that's why we talk about focused life and an intentional plan to create legacy. Create legacy. What are they going to say about Mr. Rick 100 years?
I don't know. I won't be around.
You won't be around, but I can tell you they're going to still be talking about it. How you supported the community, how you give people hope and encouragement every day. But yet you stand up and you be tough. You say, can I hold you accountable for your goals? You said you were going to do this.
True.
Can you do it? I mean, that's you. That identifies you, and it will be said throughout eternity.
Well, thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you for being a major part of this community.
Well,
and
thank you.
have a wonderful week.
You too, sir. I mean, we wouldn't want you to be anything else. Kenneth O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd like to chat with Kenneth, you can do so via email, and that is merger@windstream.net.
Correct.
Or you can
Call
him.
on the telephone.
Yeah, and, chat with him or go get a cup of coffee or whatever. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a thing.
Yeah, 830-285-7010. Give me a call. I'd love to chat with you. And I'm going to tell you, yesterday, going through the hills, stopped a couple of times and met three brand new people I didn't know yesterday morning.
Wow. Ambassador, you are. Mr. Ambassador Kenneth O'Neill. Another
Thank
hat.
you, Rick. Love you, man.
Yes, sir. Have a great day and a great week. We'll talk to you next week on the Monday which is Labor Day.
Labor Day, we'll be here.
All right.
Okay.
This is Tom Fox. I'm a co-founder of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. If you've enjoyed this podcast and you would like to talk to us about getting your own podcast on the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network, we'd love to talk to you. So you can reach us at our website, through our website, the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. Word of the Week with Kenneth O'Neill is our latest podcast, and we will present Kenneth's word each week going forward. They will be insightful, they will be useful, they will be important, and can be a significant increase of all aspects of your life going forward. I hope you'll subscribe, rate, and review this podcast wherever great podcasts are listened to. This is Tom Fox. Thank you so much for listening.